What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, or what's up if it's your first time. So, my name's Robert. This video, I want to talk about mental models. Now, what is a mental model? A mental model is essentially a way of thinking. It is a frame of mind in which you can use to address or solve problems. And the mental model that I will be discussing is going to be first principles thinking. Now, what is first principles thinking? First principles thinking is a mental model that is used to solve problems or to break things down, like goals, things you want to achieve, break them down to its most fundamental levels, to challenge the assumptions of how you go about and solving a particular problem, and to create new solutions for a problem, innovative solutions, or to just understand the basics of something so that your action is effective, so you can effectively solve problems or understand concepts or the reality in which you operate in at a deeper level. So first principles thinking originates from Aristotle. Aristotle was an ancient philosopher, and that in modern times, people who really made first principles thinking known today is Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. There's people like Henry Ford, the Wright brothers. Those guys aren't really modern, but the first two were Jeff Bezos. So they apply this mental model to essentially solve problems in their business, in their industry, and to innovate and create totally revolutionary, innovative businesses that have changed the world. But the thing is, you don't necessarily have to have a huge business or, be this super big, mega conglomerate person to apply this thinking or this mental model. It's a very powerful model that you can use, anyone can use, to solve any kind of problem in your life. So let's say, for example, that a problem is you don't make enough money to invest. So first thing is money. What is money? Money is a medium of exchange. Okay. How do you get people to give you money? Like, how do you do that? Fundamentally, how do people get money? What is it that gets people to give you money? Well, it's providing value. Okay, what is providing value? It is solving a pain point, inefficiency, inconvenience that somebody has, offering a solution, and they, in exchange, give you money. So it's value exchange. Money is essentially value exchange. Okay, so if you want to earn money, enough money, or make more money to invest, you need to provide value to people. Okay, so we've already defined value. It's people's pain points, people's inconveniences, people's inefficiencies with whatever problem they're experiencing. And if you think about it in that context, then making money is essentially you look for problems. And problems are everywhere. Everywhere. On a day-to-day basis, you yourself encounter hundreds of problems. Whether it's your stomach hurts, whether it's your head's itchy, whether it's your shirt is too tight, whether your computer is not working, whether your tires are getting worn out, whether you feel fatigued, all of these are problems. And if you can pick a problem in which people are willing to pay you for, and you craft an offer to that person, you present it to them, you are effectively going to make more money if you do that enough times. So that is this mental model applied. What is the problem? Problem is, I'm not making enough money. Break it down. What is money? We broke that down. What are the assumptions? What are some assumptions that people assume about making money? Oh, people that make a lot of money are bad people or evil, or making money is unethical, or life's not all about money. Okay, these are assumptions that people have. People assume that people that focus on money are superficial and shallow. Now, is that really true, or are these people just coping, or are these people just is every financially successful person shallow or superficial? No, absolutely not. If anything, many of them are the opposite, because they have more resources to help their community, to help people, to invest in people. So people are going to have these assumptions, or you're going to have these assumptions too, and you need to challenge those assumptions and address the fundamental components of the problem, and then craft a solution. Craft a solution for the problem. If you don't have enough money to invest, look for problems, provide a solution. That's it. So that is a frame, that is an example of using first principles thinking in that context. Another example that I will give you in regards to first principles thinking, Tesla. Elon Musk, when he got into Tesla, a problem that he encountered was that the batteries for the Teslas were very, very expensive to purchase. The batteries were really expensive. So Elon broke it down. He used first principles thinking method. The first thing he did was define the problem. The problem was that the batteries were very, very expensive. The next thing he did, step 2, was that he broke it down. So he asked himself, what are the fundamental components of a battery, of the battery? What are the fundamental components? And he identified that, it was I don't know, the aluminum, nickel, all the different elements. I don't know personally, but then he listed out the fundamental elements that make up the battery. And then the third step is that the assumption was he challenged the assumptions that people had about electric vehicle batteries. The assumption was that car batteries are expensive, that electric car batteries are expensive. That's it. You can't make them cheaper. That's just the way it is. This is what people in the industry believed. They assumed, but Elon challenged that. He challenged that by asking what are the fundamental components, identifying the core components, and then he asked himself, how can I solve this problem from the fundamental truths that I now know? From the fundamental truth of now knowing of the base components of the battery. So he decided to he looked into all of the different elements that make up the battery and how much they cost individually in whatever marketplace where they sell the raw materials. And he discovered that if he was to purchase all of the raw materials separately and then build his own battery, he can cut the cost of batteries substantially. And that is what he did. And he solved that problem by breaking the problem down, challenging the assumptions, and coming up with a solution from those fundamental truths that he uncovered. This is a very famous example of first principles thinking, and it totally revolutionized Tesla. It made it now one of the most successful car companies in the world. But this thinking can be applied to anything. That's a example from that context. But for example, another context is maybe you want to be more charismatic. Maybe someone wants to be charismatic, but they think to themselves, oh, I'm not a charismatic person, or I wasn't born like that. I'm naturally introverted. I'm naturally quiet. I'm kind of in my shell kind of person. Now, these are thoughts that somebody would think, and these are just assumptions that they are, or stories that they've told themselves. If they were to use this mental model, first principles thinking, they would break it down to its most fundamental components. So the first thing they would ask, okay, what's the problem? The problem is I'm not charismatic. I'm not charismatic and I want to be charismatic. Cool. That's step one. Number two, break down what is charisma? What are the fundamental characteristics of a charismatic person? Like, what are the behaviors? Well, they make good eye contact. They have good body language. They look relaxed. What else? They ask open-ended questions. They ask questions to actually understand the person that they're interacting with. And those are some things. Eye contact, good body language, asking good questions, actually wanting to listen and to understand the person. So all of those are different behaviors. Those are fundamental behaviors that when they come together, we express by saying that person is charismatic. Now, all you have to do is practice those behaviors. Practice holding eye contact, practice asking open-ended questions, practice having good body language, and you practice this enough, eventually people will describe you as being charismatic. Now, you're not, it's like you're not bounded by the reality, by physics. It's simply just a story you tell yourself. So this mental model is I think rooted in how physicists think about solving problems. But that's another example. It's a powerful mental model that you can apply in your life for anything. And I recommend looking into it. Look into first principles thinking, watch some videos. Elon Musk talks a lot about this principle. And I recommend learning about it, practicing it, because it's a very great exercise. It's a very great mental exercise on just the way that you see problems, because for most people, problems are roadblocks. They hit a wall and they can't get past it. But if you break down that problem and you really understand the problem, then you can think of more creative ways to solve that problem from understanding what are the fundamental truths of that problem. And you can only solve a problem if you understand it. If you don't understand it, then you won't be able to solve it. Way to do that. So if you want to get smarter, if you want to be smarter, be more effective, make more money, or solve whatever problem you have in your life, give it a shot. Give first principles thinking a try. Learn about it, read about it, practice it. I actually have, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have the first principles thinking formula right here on my desk, just to look at it every day and to really instill the method of, the different steps of the thinking process so that it becomes second nature. And it's a powerful mental model. So look into it. That's going to be the video today, guys. Hopefully you found value in the video. Hopefully it was informative and, you'll try this or you'll look into it. So if you liked it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you have any thoughts or questions, and take care. Have a blessed day.